I'm sure someone in chat will tell me. But we finally found another game. He's at his Hawarang. Is he really? Brilliant. Too many Tekken fangs. Yeah, there's a Tekken thing going on at the moment, isn't there? Opti. Oh, that was Havarang was Opti. Okay, so who do we think Hayacchi is? I'm not gonna lie, I was partial to Tekken 2. That was my jam. All right, Tekken 2. That was the shiz. Anyways, moving on. Not to get too much of a nostalgia boner. Let's have a look at this game. Oh, nice 70 XP there. We're following Rohbrot because Rohbrot is playing a lot on the ladder at the moment. I love to see Rohbrot, one of my favorite players, as I always keep saying. Playing as Spain is good old faithful. Going down for that early TP. 30 food, 2 wild balls. So that's a great treasure. It's gonna lose a bit of HP getting it, but like you get what? 50 food, so that's gonna be 30 food, 30 XP, plus the 30 food you get from there. You know, it's a pretty good all-round treasure. Food and XP. Can't go wrong with that. It definitely means he's going to be able to stack his capitalism with his 3 villagers straight after each other. So pretty good eco-wise. Interesting he's gone for this USA build again. We saw this deck last game. He likes that. He calls it the Poison Dew deck, which is an old school player. Usually you see that. So interesting that he's going for quote unquote the USA build here. Still not really a water deck either. And I've seen Rohbrot make that mistake a couple of times. I feel like he does. I don't even know if he has a water deck. I don't know if I've ever seen Rohbrot with a water deck. So I feel like sometimes, especially against ports, known for being a very good water civ as well, not having that 1 frigate or 3 caravels in your deck definitely feels like that could be game losing. I do like, if I notice the dock as well, I do really like aging up with the the caravel and 300 wood. I can't actually remember if Spain can have that age up option. Let's have a quick look into age 3, so we won't see it just yet, but I'm sure someone can confirm with me if that's the case now. Another great treasure getting picked up there. That's going to be, what is that? 60 coin, very nice. Spyglass just used for Hayacchi. Where did he put that? Just around here. Interesting place to put that. Generally, what you want to use the spyglass for at the beginning of the game is to try and... certain treasures often spawn at the same places on certain maps. So if you've got an idea of where, like, for example, over here, there's always 2 big treasures over here and here. So using your spyglass to find those big treasures at the beginning of the game is always an effective a way of using your spyglass. Then I like using spyglass basically on the TC. If you're a really good player, you can you know where the TC is going to be. As soon as an age up happens, you can use your spyglass on the TC just so you know what he's aging up with, what your opponent is aging up with. So really high level play. You know, spyglass is actually a really effective tool. But yeah, not to talk about spyglass too much. Still some decent treasures to get picked up. What are we going to see? Definitely no fast fortress shenanigans at the moment. Often what you're seeing at the moment is Portugal played at a very high level at the moment. But often you're seeing a lot of 10-10 fast fortress play.
Patriotic Milkman just subscribed.
Patriotic Milkman, my man. Thank you very much for the sub, you utter legend. I am a milk fan myself, so, you know, I do like drinking a good pint or 2 a day of milk. Can't really have some of that milk in this tea as well, which is still boiling hot. The question is, are you a full fat milk, skimmed or semi-skimmed man? Personally, I'm a full fat milk. I love full fat milk. It's like drinking cream. It's that juicy protein. Funnily enough, I like actually putting protein powder inside my milk to have a really high protein content shake. But that's enough about that. What are we seeing from Hayacchi here? So he's got a TP, got a double TC. He aged up with 500 food, so I don't know what he's doing because he's shipping 700 wood. I feel like he should be shipping 700. Oh, maybe I've missed something. Okay, he's already... Sorry, I've been talking about milk for too long. He's actually already sent 700 coins. So, is actually going for Fast Fortress build here. Aging up with the 500 food, shipping 700 gold, and then shipping 700 wood. So that... Keeping his TCs very tight here as well. And that's being done deliberately because he's playing Rohbrot. He's playing a Spanish player. And you've always got to be super careful against Spain, because you want to keep your defenses super tight. So, you know, he's got constantly got 2 TCs, which could be filled with 10 villagers each, firing against falconets, firing against whatever, and doing that, basically having double damage and double TCs. Is really good for defensive purposes. Double Minutemen, of course, as well. Aging up with the Exiled Princes look like, yeah, very quick age up. So he definitely wants to ensure that he gets that third TC down very quickly. Maybe we'll see a third TC go down super quick as well. Sometimes what I've done, I used to be a port main in a previous life. I did actually like doing a similar build to this. And you can actually age up fast and you can get a fort out before your opponent is able to get those 2 falconets out. So he could actually get a fort out as his next shipment. If that's what he decides to do here. Because look at this super early age up. What's his first shipment going to be? And there he goes. I called it. Boom. I called it. Before my time. God damn. I've been doing this sort of build order since 2008, 2009. I was doing this build order on Legacy Vanilla. This was my build order to defend against Spanish players. Obviously, you can use that fort as well. So he doesn't desperately need to go for this stable. I don't actually think he needs to build that stable. That 200 wood could be used for something different because the fort can be used as a barracks and a stable. And even an artillery, because these days you can make falconets from forts. So very super defensive play here. Going to build it around here, I imagine. That tree could be a little bit difficult to build. No, very, very tight. Is going to be able to get that in there. Very nice. Egypt's going to be coming very shortly from Rohbrot, though. But only with 4 Hussars, that's not going to be enough to siege that down. Obviously, you've got triple TC here as well, which is triple Minutemen. And that's essentially going to be a big majority of your mass early on in this match. So in the background, he can just make Dragoons on top of this. But yeah, there's the age up. Going to be... What's he aged up with? Ooh, interesting. So like I said earlier, yes, aging up with 300 wood and a caravel. That's actually really, really great age up because he's gonna be able to scout the shoreline now, and he's gonna have, although that caravel is gonna be a little bit of a waste, he's gonna be able to ensure that there's nothing going on here. Using the caravel as well as basically 1 villager. I think it's fair to say it's a 1 villager, so not a complete and utter waste. But that 300 wood, which did get nerfed a few patches ago. It was originally 400 wood, but that did get nerfed. Okay, building some Rodoleros. Going to take down that TP slowly but surely. Definitely the right option here. He's going to have to see this, and I don't think Rohbrot has scouted any of this. He hasn't. He hasn't even scouted his base. So when he sees this, it's going to be a big surprise. 4 and 3 TCs in your face. Wobble ammo. 5 goons coming out now. Placer mines coming in, so playing this quite slowly out. Has steel traps as well, so going for very eco-heavy here. Didn't go for 5 vills this time. Decided to go for the 700 coins into 700 wood. Playing it very standard. Those 5 goons retreating. Currently now on 3 TCs. One thing that's good on this map as well, there's this map, there's like a lot of base behind him, if that makes sense. So there's a big map behind him here. There's lots of natural resources. There's a gold mine there. There's a gold mine here. You know, there's food here, even in the corner. So to get around to this side of the base is going to be difficult. Even though the fort's all the way up here, it's still going to be difficult to do much. Very nice if you can take that down. Going for House of Banner. Not sure why. Going to lose probably 1 goon there. 1 Rodolero there. Oh, wow. Going for a dock. Interesting. But is Rohbrot going to see that? Oh, he's just out of range. Just out of range. And don't forget... he doesn't have a frigate in his deck, doesn't have 3 cavalry, but he's going to run the way. He's going to see 2 villagers here, and he's got to wonder why there's 2 villagers there. And instantly he does. Big brain Rohbrot. He's going to see that dock, and I imagine he's going to go and see that straight away. Really, really fortunate for Rohbrot. Very unfortunate for Hayacchi. Didn't see that 5 settlers coming in now as well. Interesting macro that's going on here. Not really sure why he's going so heavily. He has shipped Spanish gold as well. Looks like he might go for industrial play here. Yeah, going to be seeing that dock super early, and that's a huge waste of resources. And interesting to note, if you was that way inclined, should we say, a higher IQ player, you must have thought, why is he going for House of Fanar? Because House of Fanar is generally quite a bad native. The only reason you'd want to go for House of Fanar is because there's lots of water techs, okay? It does have a good big button as well, but that's quite slow. House of Trastamara, interesting. Wow, so he's shipped plenty of age 3 cards. His age up to age 4 is now going to cost 1080 gold and 1800 food. Was that worth it? Was that worth a whole card? I don't think so. I'm not sure. That feels like a mistake there. He has. That's the thing. He's only shipped. Is he seriously only shipped 2 cards in age 3? Age 3. Yeah, I think Rohbrot made a mistake there. Maybe he was still thinking. I don't know what he was thinking there. It does make the age up faster as well. Maybe that's the reason he wanted to do it, but I don't think it's going to be that much faster. I believe the speed in which it ages up is determined by. Can someone tell me if the age up, how fast the age up is also determined by the amount of cards, or does it just make it a fast age up? Is that like just a general like chunk without that, and that's not dependent on the cards? Because if that's the case, then it's definitely worth sending, and it does look that way to me actually. So although the resources wasn't worth it, just the fact it makes you age up fast probably was worth it. Aging up with Rodeleros, definitely Rohbrot's favorite unit, as we've discovered recently. Wow, that's a lot of organ guns. Interesting that he's made an artillery foundry here, and all he's made is, again, could he use this fort to build organ guns? Making some halberdiers. Interesting. So we've got a very, very powerful defensive comp here. So just lots of anti-cab with, is that 6 organ guns? Hiya! That's going to be difficult to deal with. Could go for 2 heavies, which would deal with that, I think, quite well. Doesn't have the 4 culverins in his deck, which I always have. If any civilization has 4 culverins, it's one of the best cards in the game. And it's almost like it's a privilege if your civilization has that card. It's such a strong card. Because many civs have had that card, but it's been nerfed to like 3 culverins. Or some just don't have it. Some have like 2 culverins plus whatever. So yeah, 4 culverins is a very, very good card. Glitter saying, Julian cares more about your stream than me. I like it. Julian's got his priorities right. Bros before hoes. I'm not saying you're a hoe. I totally apologize for saying that. 2 heavies now coming out. Like I said, there's definitely a good way of dealing with this. He's also got culverins. Wow, I didn't realize organ guns were 300 gold. I thought they were 350. Interesting. Obviously, a normal artillery piece is like 400 gold. Ah, it's 11:30 and I've got a cup of tea in my hand. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Now, the fact that Rohbrot has gone for this trading post, this House of Wetton here, definitely tells me that he's going to be doing a revolt. If he times this perfectly, I'm going to jizz in my pants. If we get to see Hussars of Death from the Chile Revolt with the golden Reiter big button, oh, hallelujah, that is going to be something special. Rohbrot's played a really solid game so far this game. The scores are really tight. Obviously, there's 3 TCs. You know, he have 33 vills for Rohbrot. Hayacchi's on double the villagers. And that's the power of the Portuguese TC bonus that they get. Just managed to see that down again straight away. And if I saw that once again, yeah, he's definitely going there. I would be very paranoid that another dock is going down. Really not sure what he wants to do there. I think there might be a tech that improves like 4 HP or something. Yeah, so there is one that improves building HP. So maybe that's what he's wanting to go for. Like, outside of that, it's very much a water native because there's lots of water techs and stuff. You definitely don't really want to build these units. They're not that great. None of the units from the native is that great. Oh, Portugal. Not sure why he cancelled that and then resent it. Maybe if he sees a push, he's going to want to send that. But if he can help it, because he might be aging up, he's going to cancel it because maybe he'll want something like 2 heavies. So perfect timing now for Rohbrot to push in, if he's going to start to push in. I have played this before, so really nice build here, going for those howitzers. And if he can take down that fort, by the time he revolts, the Hussars of Death are just going to mow down everything. I hope that's what we get to see. There is a lot of veteran halberdiers, though, I have to say. Lots of just anti-cavalry here. And look how many organ guns are there, but they're not going to be able to do much if the Hussars of Death, whatever you want to call them, just come mowing in. Rohbrot, he does have the Golden Reuter tech now, but he doesn't have enough to revolt. I feel like that's what he wants to do, but he's just building up to it. One factory has come in. Maybe he's going to wait for the other factory as well. Also feel like he'd probably want to start making Hussars, but he doesn't have a stable. What does he have? He just has a barracks, yeah. Okay, outpost going down just to protect that gold mine. Hayacchi is going to see... Oh, he still doesn't see the House of Wettin. That could be really, really detrimental. Because if he sees that, at least just out of line of sight, but I think once that tower goes down, he is going to see it. Because if he takes that down, that could be huge. Because access to that Golden Reuter big button is going to be so important here. Housing him, very nice. Going to be taking down a TC as well. One TC does go down. And really, just the perfect time to push in because it doesn't have an answer to these howitzers right now. I'm old-fashioned and I call them mortars. Trying to inch in with these culverins. It looks like he might be able to. Line of sight is going to be really important here. Is Rohbrot going to see these culverins? He is going to see these culverins. And yeah, before the howitzers go down, you're going to have to deal with these culverins. Oh, and an organ gun getting sniped as well. And this is just really good position. And the rods are going to just jump in into the culverins. There's nothing there protecting them. I think Hayacchi forgot that he had a TC and a fort. And he's shipping a factory wagon. The balls on this man. 3 culverins going down for free. Rohbrot is going to be super chuffed with that. Then the 3rd TC going down. I'm lost for words. The power of these howitzers. This has been no answer to them. Rohbrot going down now. He's got his 2nd factory wagon. Maybe we're going to see 7 Hussars come in now if he's going to decide to revolt. Perfect time to revolt, by the way. Shipping Waddleros, though. 9 Waddleros? Is that worth it over 7 Hussars? He is going to see this now, but he's got no way of dealing with this because he needs all of his resources in his base. Wow. 620 gold here as well. Not able to get access to. Maybe we'll see Rohbrot send a villager down. And don't forget, this is all happening with more than double the eco. Wow, look at this. Just isn't able to send any units. What's he going to do with this? Is he going to revolt? Revolting with 74 villagers would actually be a really, really safe option here for Hayacchi. Yeah, and he is going to revolt. Barbary States is coming in. Wow, and how's Barbary States going to deal? How well is they going to do against veteran Rollers? 2 heavy cannons coming in, but they're going to get sniped at the culverins. And in come the Barbary Warriors. Let's go. Oh, there's so many. The heavy cannons, though, he needs to deal with the heavy cannons. Otherwise, they're going to put in a lot of work. Somehow, there's heavy horse guns. I don't know where they came from. Boom! There's a quintuple kill there. Heavy guns, heavy horse guns, heavy cannons. Oh, there's another quintuple. You love to see it. But he is going to take all of this down. He's going to get one more shot, I think, from the head. Oh, a triple, baby. The culverins do go down now. Skirmishers are going to go down also. He's got some Corsair marksmen, but he's revolted. He did have a lot of massive units as well. So, yeah, this is one thing that they get. Infinite free Falconets is a great card. And please tell me Rohbrot is going to be revolting. It looks that way. He still has access to this Golden Reuter. I think Hayacchi's going to see it. that he does see this TP. He needs to be careful. He needs to be super careful. But he's on a timer right now. He knows he needs to push in. I have to say, I would be diving in against that TP. Before anything, I would be diving in against that TP. That Golden Reuter, I can't stress how OP that big button is. 3 Falconets coming in, but there's 5 heavy horse guns. And look at this animation these days. Look how much of a buff that is. It's like an extra 1.5 seconds. Look at that unpack as well. Holy cow. Almost forgot about that fire animation. Look at that pull trick as well. Wow, these guys are insane. So yeah, these horse guns gonna put in some work. Hussars are out on the pitch. Still some decent resources, massing those Barbary warriors. He does have 1 factory out as well, which is currently on gold. I feel like when he revolted, it's just worth producing heavy cannons. It's just the most efficient thing. It really is. Boom. And score's very similar, but if Rohbrot gets that revolt in, come on, Rohbrot, do it for the memes. He's still massing rods. He's playing it safe. But we don't want safe. We want memes on this channel. We want full memes. And that's a lot of stuff. Barbary warriors obviously will have bonuses versus cavalry. These horse guns have the same range as falconets, so falconets will be able to put in some work against them. Yeah, it's looking close. Rohbrot, you just need to revolt, buddy. You got that Golden Reuter, please. More rods coming out. Minutemen coming out. Two heavy cannon. I think that's going to seal the deal. He doesn't have the resource to revolt. It doesn't look like he's going to need to revolt. I think he's happy. I think he's playing it very cautiously. And there's the GG. It's not the revolt we expected, but it's the revolt we got. Just Rohbrot, even though he had half the eco of Hayacchi, just showing you what 3 mortars can do. And it's not every day you see a Corsair Marksman, a Barbary States revolt. So I definitely feel like that was the right option. But Rohbrot had some solid micro. Rohbrot had some solid micro with his culverins that game. Taking those 3 culverins down was so pivotal as well. So yeah, absolutely great game. It would have been the game of the year. It would have been game of the year if we saw counter revolt with the Golden Reuter Big Tech. But he played it safe, and you know, I can respect it. I can respect it. Look at that. Reaching 75 villagers compared to 34. Revolting with 74 of those Corsairs, those Barbary warriors. But it just wasn't enough. And Rohbrot, absolutely solid stuff there. Yeah, I think he got caught out with the age. And rather than aging up, I think he should have just built more culverins. Would have been much safer to deal with those howitzers.